Oh, hello. Good afternoon. Suddenly I find myself inside the house on this long Easter bank holiday weekend. You know, like in the old times, everybody used to do what others did. Everything was repeated from the past. All we know is what is in our memory. We behave according to our memory. We behave according to our environment. There are no such thing as culture. Culture means what one does when one does not look. That's what culture means. If you want me to explain a little bit more, suddenly I take out your memory. You might just start behaving like a newborn or somebody who was brought out from a different environment and put it in one place, and you suddenly start behaving very differently. Maybe you bring some signatures of what you know in your memory, and you try to adapt. You try to do just that. Because as a human being, we are called human beings only because we can be any given situation, any given circumstances, we can be whichever the way we wish to be. Yet, there's one way one must be always, and that is with a conscious, extremely responsible, and accountable for oneself's life. When I say that, when you're responsible with one life and you have a stable enough platform to hold yourself on any given situation, and that you do not go into a complete dysfunctional mode, that you are able to just observe the current situation around you and bring yourself to a place, not a geographical place that you're going to look for. It is a place which all human beings are capable of, and that is to go inwards and find yourself a consciously aroused to awakening state, and that you become an individual to be in a position to hold responsibility for one life. With that responsibility, you go out and do what is necessary. There are no right or wrong. There are nothing beautiful or ugly. There's nothing pure and filthy. There's something that works and there's something that does not work. And what we must always remember is that what works is what we should all do. What doesn't work at this present time, what is not working as people taking irresponsible, selfish, unattainable acts of unrealistic behavior, and going out when we have been told to stay indoors, and causing where you could possibly be able to come out for summer by being irresponsible and reckless now that we are missing out the Easter weekend. We might miss out the summer. We might also miss out the Christmas if you're not too careful, because what we are facing is the unknown, because our old ideas does not work. The old ideas will work in the past. What worked in the past may not work for us today. We have to bow down to what we do not know and wake up to realize what is existential. Existential is that you and I will die, so as the others, for your reckless behaviors. And it can go for anyone. There's no one here today that can fight the virus face to face, because there is no face in this virus. And that's what is troubling you and me and scientists and doctors and politicians and the religious leaders and everyone around us. All we can know is what is in our head, what is not within our reference of our knowledge is seen as something that is coming to cause us tremendous harm. It is simple. When you can't see what is coming at you, all you have to do is bow down, make the way, and realize that you are not going to be too brave and too silly and then ultimately be dead. What we want is that we bow down and respect the nature out there and its power beyond what we are able to see through our naked eye. And having said all of this, the words may confuse you or make up meanings in your own head. What really makes the meaning is that when you're stuck in a situation where others' lives are put at risk, may your health and the health of the environment that you live in is clean and it works for you, so it should also make a way to work for the others too. Afternoon digest on an Easter weekend here inside a locked space, that if you manage to stay for 10 minutes with your eyes closed without thinking of the monkeys, you may be in the path to realize that you are spiritual. The moment you forget to remember that you are mortal, no matter which way you try to save yourself, the mortality is present and it's packed with birth. This is the conundrum. There are no conundrums. Everything we do, the life is packed in a way that we cannot unwrap and take it apart. The birth and the death is in a parcel, like a gift of life. So with this, we can only become more conscious, be more inward, and be gentle with every step of the way. Said enough? There are plenty more that I can speak. If it doesn't strike you in any way, there are other ways that life can teach us. The words will not teach. It may resonate according to your understanding of life. It may never resonate according to the realistic ways of life. The life doesn't happen your way. The world doesn't happen your way. Your wife, your partner, your child would not happen your way. there's one thing that must happen your way, and that should be you. When I say you, pointing the fingers at you means oneself must happen the way it wishes to happen. Because there could be virus, there could be rain, there could be storm, there could be cold, there could be hunger, there could be famine, there could be death. Whatever is thrown at you, you should turn into well-being and health. And this choice is in your two hands. You could make it or you could break it still within your two hands. You need to make sure that you keep your hands clean, whatever you do. Keep it clean, not just your hands. At the same time, keep your mind cleansed with the same purity of cleanliness. Nothing else.